Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Yappers Club. Hi, guys. I'm back. It's been 3 weeks or more. I have no idea how long it's been, to be honest, but I'm back for the better. A bitch needed to really reevaluate her life, overanalyze everything, and just really think about everything that was going on in my head, which was a lot, let me tell you. First things first, I am okay. Before y'all ask, I am good. I am healthy. I am that bitch. As always, don't you worry about it. I am okay. If someone is worried, which you shouldn't because I got it under control. Don't worry about it. But it took me a long ass time to actually sit down with myself and realize, oh, like, actually, I haven't been doing the best mentally. Actually, I've been sad for a really long time. And why did I realize it? Because for a long time, I thought that I was doing great mentally. I was happy, I was healthy, I was peaceful. And I'm not saying that I'm not peaceful or I'm not comfortable in the way I'm living, because trust me, I am very much that. But I thought about it on a deeper level and I was like, wait, but why do I feel this dissatisfaction and this interest in everything I do? Защото буквално почти всичко, което правех, like streaming, like talking, even talking to my friends, laughing, having fun, was like fun and amazing and I love doing it and it brings me joy, but at the same time, не може и да се отърва от това чувство на празнота, на oh my god, like I'm still dissatisfied because every time I do anything, after the cameras are off, bitch, I'm at home by myself, I'm sad. And we've talked about it before, the feeling of emptiness and the feeling of, being sad all the time. But I didn't know it was that deep. And I started reading about it. And one thing I did start reading about was melancholy. And if you don't know what melancholy is, you can look it up because this is not a educational channel. This is my channel. But for someone who doesn't know what melancholy is and what experiencing melancholy is, I will describe it to you with my own words and how I see it. The experience may not be the same for some people, for others it might be. I don't know, that's just my experience with melancholy. But to me, melancholy is experiencing sadness and being sad without any specific reason. Being sad and feeling empty and unfulfilled and dissatisfied in life and anything that you do without an actual reason. Защото повечето пъти, когато говорим за oh my god, touching some, or I'm depressed or something like heavy like that, we almost all the time have a reason for it. Or we can find a reason for it, нали, защото повечето пъти имаш причина, поради която да се чувстваш по този начин, но също има го и това, че някои хора просто се чувстват тъжни просто защото не им е ден и просто не са на кеф, which is completely normal. That's the human experience. But in my case, I have been experiencing melancholy for probably most of my life. И повечето пъти винаги съм казвал, I'm just a sad girl, like that's my aesthetic, I'm always sad, like no matter what, like that. And I didn't know that it was actually true. I thought I was joking. I thought I wasn't serious. I don't think I manifested it. Because some people would say, oh my god, you manifested it. Смисъл, ти като говориш постоянно колко си тъжен, you would actually be sad, which is true. But in my experience, I think I've always felt sad. I think I've always felt this wave of sadness no matter what I do, no matter who I'm with, no matter what's happening, even if it's the best thing in my life, I will always feel this tiny bit of sadness somewhere deep inside of my brain or inside of my soul, and I can't explain why. It's there, literally. И се замислих и си викам, okay, so like, where is it coming from? And I started overanalyzing everything because the past month and the past, like last month and this month have been a whirlwind of emotions for me. Like I felt really happy, then really sad, but mostly really sad without actually knowing why. И буквално като излизам или като комуникирам или като социализирам с хората, I'm like, okay, this is nice. This is great. I love it. Love it, love it, love it, love talking to everyone. But also I'm like, why am I sad then? Why do I feel off? Because it feels so off every time. Защото наскоро бях отишъл на едно парти с един мои приятели and it was great. The party was great. I had fun. But also, I could not explain why I felt this sadness within me. Like I was having fun, but at the same time I was like, why do I feel like I shouldn't be here? Why do I feel off? Why do I feel like I'm out of the loop. Like I shouldn't, like I'm an imposter. That's how I felt like. И повечето пъти, когато излизам, нали, especially if it's like a party or like a club, I always feel off at the club. Но това е, че този път беше много по-различно, защото I tried my best to be like, okay, whatever. I feel like off a little bit, but I am out with my friends. The music is good. We're drinking. It's fun. Like I'm having fun. But also, deep within me, дори тогава бях някакво, okay, but something is off though. What is it? Why? Like, why? Докато се прибирах, още повече мислех за това нещо. И като се прибирах, бях някакво, okay, so what the fuck happened? I had a blast, но после като една моя приятелка друга ме пита, която, нали, тя не беше с нас, but she asked me like, how did it go? Like, did you have fun? And I was like, yeah, it was great. Like, you know, like, it was not... В смисъл не го описах по начин, по който ще си помислих, че съм си изкарал добре. Аз го описах по начин, по който I had a terrible time, I wanted to kill myself, basically. Така го описах. И бях някакво, okay, but I had fun, though. So why am I saying it like that? Почти целият месец март и април са ми били защо? Like, why? Why do I feel like that? Where is it coming from? And I was like, okay, let's sit down and discuss. And actually, like, you know, get to the bottom of why the fuck do I feel sad almost all of the time? And why do I feel dissatisfied and empty and tired? Because I'm very fatigued. Like I was very fatigued and I didn't even know how and why I was so fatigued and so sad and so all the time. And I was like, okay, is it because of the fact that I'm unemployed? Maybe. Is it because of the fact that everyone else is doing shit that I'm not doing? Or is it because I'm not dating anyone? Because that was also a big part of the reason why I think I was sad for a long time. I didn't even notice it. Защото I have been single for like a long time now. It's been almost a year, you know, or 2 years. It's been a long time since I've been in a serious relationship or any relationship whatsoever. And I was like, is it because of that? Do I feel dissatisfied in my life because I don't have someone? But also I was like, no, because I'm also like really happy with myself and I love being by myself and I don't need someone to feel good about myself or good about my life. But I was like, okay, but like love is love, you know, love is something that makes you feel good and I want to experience it. You know, who doesn't want to experience love? And I was like, okay, so is it because A, I'm just sad in general, or is it because B, I'm not dating anyone? And you know, I was casually dating at one point. Casually dating is crazy. I was just meeting new people. I was just trying to see anything. I was just trying to see what's out there. There's a lot of fish in the sea, you know what they say? And I tried to catch all of those fish. And you know what I was catching instead of fish? Strays. I was catching strays left and right. And I was like, okay, so am I the issue? Am I the problem? But I was like, no, I'm not, because I'm not the insecure person I was. And I don't think I'm the problem. I really don't think I'm the problem. Because usually I'm a person who, if I'm the problem, bitch, I would know. Trust me. I would know. And I would let you know that I'm the problem. But I was like, okay, so every person I meet is like not interested in what I have to say. And I was like, okay, so what's going on? Why do I feel so dissatisfied in everything I do, in everything I say, or everything I see even? And it got to a point where I literally couldn't like even talk to anyone about it because I was like, I didn't even know why I was feeling that way. И имах чувство, че ако споделя на някой за това как се чувствам, нали, наистина как се чувствам, like, наистина, те ще ме гледат някакво, girl, first world problem. Oh, you're sad because you have a roof under your head and you have money and you have like shit to eat, you know, you have food, you have water, like why are you sad? You're healthy, like why are you sad? Защото повечето хора ще са някакво филмар, which it's not wrong because I am one. В смисъл, аз съм си филмар, сега няма какво да си говорим. I stand by that. На абсолютно всичко обичам да се филмирам. So not a surprise that I was feeling sad, right? But also wrong because аз дори не се чувствах чак толкова филмирам, because I was just like vibing. I was just seeing what's out there, trying to meet new people, trying to form a connection with anyone, literally anyone. И се оказа, че почти нито един мъж не се интересува от това какво имам да кажа, интересите ми или кой съм като човек. Just my body and what I can offer them, sexually that is. And I felt, for the first time in my life, I felt like an object. And I know that's crazy to say, but when you are in that scene, the LGBTQ plus dating scene, especially if you're a gay man, you would know what I'm talking about. And I noticed that a lot of gay men don't really date, особено в България, because they're only focused on one thing, and that's sex, you know? And I was like, okay, but I'm not that type of person. I don't want to have a one night stand with you. I don't want to have sex with you. I want to have a genuine conversation. And it didn't work out. And I kept trying, which one thing about me is I believe in the saying that, take your time. Нали, любовта идва, когато най-малко очакваш. Нали? And that's true. And I believe in that because that has happened to me before. I didn't expect love to come my way, and it did. And I believe in that. But also, I'm a very impatient person, if you can't tell. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to find it by myself. Because аз съм инат и съм твърдоглав, and I will find it by myself. I don't need to wait for time to do its thing. And I didn't. Shocker. Shocker, I didn't. And I didn't even stop to think how it was actually affecting me. Because it was affecting me. But I was like, no, I'm fine, I'm good. Like, on to the next one. Like, let's meet someone else. And I got to a point where I was literally so far off of my own brain and of my own thoughts. I was literally devoid of any sensical thoughts in my brain because I was so, like, past. Like, it felt like an outer body experience. Mart y April, like this transition between the 2 months felt like literally an out-of-body experience because I was not there. But I was pretending I was. Защото една от моите приятелки ми каза, girl, what's going on? Are you okay? I'm like, what do you mean? Някакво, ами държи се странно поне една седмица и звучи странно и просто, girl, something is off. I'm like, what do you mean? Wait, what do you mean? No, like, really, what do you mean? Like, what's going on? Някакво, не, просто съм забелязал, че много странно се държиш напоследък. I'm like, that actually makes a lot of sense. И след като тя ми го каза това, се замислих и си към, омага, аз наистина съм се преструвал на това, че съм щастлив, позитивен, I love life, like life is so cool, rainbows, butterflies, I don't know, birds in the beat, like whatever. И се замислих и бях някакво, okay, so I have been pretending. Като влезна на живо в Twitch, I'm pretending. Като си говоря с приятелите ми, I'm pretending. The only time I wasn't pretending was when I was by myself because I was crying literally every fucking night. And I didn't know why. I was like, okay, but my life is going good. I have good friends. I'm healthy. I live a comfortable life. Like, why would I be sad right now? Like, there's so many cool things that are happening because a lot of cool shit was happening during that era. During this era, to be honest, because I'm still in it. And I couldn't even get happy or excited about it just because of my fuck-ass brain. And I was like, why, though? And then I discovered Melancholy. And I was like, oh, so that's what I'm feeling. So that is exactly what I've been going through. Because melancholy is different than depression. Because depression is like a long-term thing. And you do experience very severe moments of sadness. But with melancholy, it's like you feel sad, but also like you carry it with you. It's like your little friend. The sadness that you carry is like your little friend, and it just pops sometimes out of nowhere. Or it's constantly with you, and you don't have a reasoning for it. It's just there. And for a long time, I've always thought that I'm just weird like that. Like, I've always thought that I've been like very depressed since I was little. But then I was like, no. Because I was depressed. I had a very serious depression era back in like, I don't fucking know, a long time ago. And that was different. But I feel like after that, I got over it or like past it. And I started like working on myself mentally and physically and whatever, blah, blah, blah. And I was like good for like a long period. I was very satisfied and I was very happy and I was very chill. And then it came back and I was like, am I depressed? But I'm not depressed because I don't feel depressed. I don't see a reasoning for me to be depressed. And the more I get older and mature, the more I realize that most of the times when I feel depressed or when I have felt depressed is for reasons. There's always a reason why you feel a certain way, which is logical because I'm a very logical person. And this time I couldn't even find that reason. And that's why I think I was scratching my brain so hard and losing my mind because I was like, where is it? Where is it? What is the reason? Let me find it. Let me analyze what's going on. And one of the reasons I think, in my opinion, was my dating life, which I think we're past that. I think I'm done dating for a long time. I think I'm done with men, with love, with all of that shit. And I think for me to experience love, I would just have to watch a fucking TV show or read a book. And I started reading love romances and watching love TV shows because I was like, you know what? If I can't feel it in real life, I'm gonna feel it on Bridgerton. And I was like, okay, so that's one of the reasons why I'm sad, right? So I started working on that part. And I was like, okay, so сега няма да се занимавам с никой. I'm not going to catch a date. I'm not going to see anyone. I'm not going to talk to anyone. So I'm just going to protect myself. I'm going to protect my peace. I'm going to work on myself. But I'm just going to do my own thing, right? And I still feel the sadness. And I was like, okay, so what else is there? What else is there? And I was like, overanalyzing literally every single fucking thing that I do or that I say or that has happened to me. И всеки път като излизам, забелязвам абсолютно всички хора какво гледат, как ме гледат, какво правят. And I was like losing my marbles. Literally losing my marbles. And no one fucking noticed because I thought no one gave a fuck that much. And it's like, girl, you're sad again. Like, boo-hoo. Защото повечето пъти, когато каза, че не се чувствам добре, имам чувство, че моите приятели са някакво, okay, like, you're sad again, like, play some Lana Del Rey or something, like, I don't know what to tell you, girl, you're always sad. And that's why I was like, okay, let me just not say anything to anyone, and let me just, like, keep it to myself, you know? And it worked for some time before it actually, like, started showing, because you can pretend that you're okay for, like, a long time. Trust me, I did. And the people who know you, like, really know you, they would notice, girl. And I was clocked. They did notice. And I was like, oh shit, so I have been pretending. Аз дори не осъзнавах, че се преструвам, че се чувствам добре. Дори не го осъзнавах. До такава степен бях си наумил, че съм добре, that I started believing it. I created that delusion in my brain that I'm okay. And I was like, oh, I'm okay. Yeah, I was lying to myself. Until I started actually believing it, which, you know, fake it till you make it. But also, if it's connected to your mental health, maybe you shouldn't fake it. Maybe you shouldn't lie to yourself. And then I stopped lying to myself. And then I fell into the pits of hell. So I have been feeling like that for a long time. And I've been pretending without even realizing I was pretending. Започнах повече да чета за тия неща и да чета за хора с същите симптоми, с същите, like, same struggles as me or whatever. And I was like, also, it is a common thing to experience melancholy no matter what happens in your life. Even if you are the happiest on paper and in front of people, you would still feel that sadness within you. You will always feel that sadness within you, or rather not sadness, just this little tiny wave of just, oh, like, something's not right. And I've always felt like that. When I think about it, I think I've always felt different or, like, off when I'm around people, just because I've always felt like I shouldn't be there, or I don't belong in that space, aka the socializing human space, you know? And I've always felt like I'm the imposter of the group, no matter who I'm with. And I've always blamed myself for it. And I've always felt like, oh, like, I need to do this and this and this so, like, I can, you know, not fit in, but just, like, not make my friends feel like shit about the fact that I'm sad, because it's not their fault. It's no one's fault, actually. It's not even my fault. It's just there. And for a long time, I was blaming myself, because I was like, why the fuck are you sad? Girl, fix it, fix it, fix it, fix it, fix it. It's your issue. It's your issue. It's no one's issue. It's your issue. You just have to fix it. Никой не трябва да ти помага. Никой не трябва да го прави. Ти трябва да го правиш, because it's you. It's no one else. It's you. And I was like, okay, so, but, like, what is it then? What how do I fix it? I have no idea. And I was like, okay, fuck, then I'm not going to talk to anyone until I fix it. And then I kind of stopped talking. I didn't stop talking to anyone, but I stopped sharing a lot. And I'm a person who, as we all know, I do love sharing about my life and my experiences and blah, blah, blah. But I stopped doing that. And I closed myself off. И буквално се затворих в себе си, за да мога да разбера откъде идва това. And I'm also genuinely scared of opening my journal, because I'm scared of what's gonna come out. В смисъл, какво ще излезне, когато взема тази химикалка и когато почна да пиша? I'm scared. But I feel like I need to do that in order to actually да си нареди нещата в главата. And I feel like I would feel a little bit better, or at least not better, but just, like, be aware of, like, what's actually going on in my brain. And I'm usually the type of bitch to know exactly what's going on in my brain. And when I don't know what's going on, I'm, like, losing it. I'm like, oh, hell no, I don't know. Как по дяволите не знам какво ми се случва в мозъка? И понякога, girl, sorry to say, you don't. И понякога начинът, по който работи мозъка ви, is out of your control, girl. I mean, you can't really control your brain that much. You can, but also, it's your brain. You can't really control every single thought and every single thing that's going on inside of there because it's a brain. I mean, we are humans, yes. We are capable of, controlling our emotions and stuff, but also at the same time, sometimes when you are going through a melancholic episode, for example, you can't really, do that. And I'm also a very analytical person, and I always need to know why, how, and when, like, because I need to know. And sometimes there is no reason why. There is no specific thing that happened that made you feel that way. Sometimes it just is. Sometimes it's just the way it is. And sometimes it's just the way you are as a person. And for a long time, I was blaming myself for feeling sad. И буквално бях някакво добре, Митко, виж всички тия хубави неща, които ти се случват. Виж приятелите ти, виж семейството ти, виж котката ти, even. You're healthy. You're good looking, So why do you feel like that? Why is it then? But I was like, okay, so it is something deeper that I don't think I'll ever get over, because I don't think melancholy is something you get over. You just kind of have to learn to live with it in a way, because it's like it's there. It's like, as I said, it's like your little friend that's always there with you. And sometimes you notice it, and sometimes it comes out stronger and heavier than usual. But for the most part, it's just there. And I don't think we should blame ourselves for feeling sad or feeling like we're not supposed to be somewhere, or feeling like we don't belong anywhere, because I have been feeling like I don't belong anywhere, or like around anyone, or like дори когато излезна или като говоря с моите приятели, или ако съм в група с много хора и всички говорят, and I just feel like I can talk and I will talk and I love socializing and I love making jokes, but then at the same time, my inner thoughts are like, girl, what are you doing here? В смисъл, не си за тук, мила. Какво правиш тук? Girl, you gotta leave. But also, I've noticed that I started staying instead of leaving. Because if that shit happened maybe 2 years ago, or even a year ago, I would have left. If I felt off or uneasy, I would have left. И съм горд със себе си, че започнах вече да оставам. When I'm feeling uneasy, or maybe I should leave, or off, or something like that, instead of leaving, I decide to stay. Which, don't take my advice for it. If you feel like you don't belong somewhere, and you feel in your bones that you don't want to be there, and you feel off, and you want to leave, and you feel uncomfortable, leave. You don't do that to yourself. But also, you are closing yourself to socializing, and you're closing yourself to your friends, and you shouldn't do that, because your friends are your friends for a reason. И аз се чувствах така, сякаш, омагъм, нали, те сега не излизат с мен, нали, не се търси, нали, сега отиват там и аз не съм с тях, понеже I'm the weird bitch in the club, I'm the weird bitch in the group, and I'm the sad bitch in the club, so why would I be there? I shouldn't be there, and it's just sad, because когато го правиш това нещо, още повече се чувстваш виновен за това, че не си отишъл, или че не си направил, че не си ходил с тях, или не си говорил с тях, или каквото и да е. You feel guilty about it, and you start blaming yourself for feeling sad for no reason. And it's annoying, and it's so stupid that, just because I feel sad, that means I can't, socialize, or I can't go out, or I can't talk to people, just because I feel that sadness, I can't do all of those things. Because I've noticed that people, most of the times when someone is sad around them, they're like, it's a weird thing. It's a weird dynamic, because if I feel a little off, people would also feel a little off. And in that way, it's just going to be a terrible thing. But at the same time, if I feel off and they just ignore it, would that be better? Is my question. Because in my opinion, I feel like if I feel off at a function, for example, or just feel off in general, and I'm talking to someone, or I'm socializing in general, and I'm in a group of people, and they notice it, and they say something, I would be like, overanalyzing. I'll be like, oh shit, so I am weird. So I am the weird bitch in the club. Oh, okay. So, in my opinion, I feel like it would be better for you to not tell me, or just hit me up after it, or just don't hit me up, or just don't say anything. Because I already know what you're thinking. Повечето пъти аз вече знам какво ще ми кажат хората преди да ми го кажат. Особено за това, че се чувствам зле, или че се чувствам тъжен, or whatever it is. I already know what the fuck you're gonna say. So I would prefer for you to not blast it out loud in front of me, because I would be like, oh, okay, so I was right. And I love being right, but also maybe we should ignore it. So maybe we should ignore it. If it's like really bad and I literally look like a zombie at the club, for example, if I look like a zombie, maybe you should say like, hey girl, like let's go out and then like let's leave, or you can leave, like don't worry about it. Then it's allowed. Но дори тогава се чувствам сякаш, oh my god, like bitch, you ruined the night again. Come on, like пак съсипа вечерта Митко. И винаги съм се винял за това, че се чувствам зле, особено като излизам с някой или с моите приятели, винаги се чувствам зле за това, че се чувствам просто зле. If that makes sense. Винаги се чувствам зле за това, че се чувствам зле. Put that on the shirt, thank you, and give me the money. Винаги се чувствам виновен за това, че се чувствам по някакъв странен начин, or I feel off, and I'm like internalizing it, and I'm like, oh, so what do I need to do? Like, should I make a joke? Should I like start acting crazy? И повечето пъти, когато се чувствам виновен за това, че не съм много на кеф или просто не ми е ден or whatever, I start making jokes and I'm like, so I just mask. So I'm able to mask that feeling. And понякога маските падат. And you can't really pretend, as I said, you can't really pretend that you're happy and okay all the time, because no one can fucking do that. Literally. One day it's gonna show. And for a long time I thought no one noticed. And in my head I was like, oh, I'm good. Until my friend said like, hey girl, you've been acting very weird. What's going on? I'm like, weird? What do you mean weird? I'm good. Or am I? And yeah, and here we are now. So that is one of the reasons why I haven't been like posting anything or like being online or even streaming, because I felt like I was like pretending to be a version of myself that I wasn't, or I was like being dishonest with someone, especially the people who watch me or the people who listen to this podcast. I felt like I was like very I felt like I was playing a role. Like, oh my god, yeah, because I wasn't feeling it. В смисъл, аз бях в добро настроение, когато го правих, don't get me wrong, but also something in my brain was telling me like, girl, you're acting. You're doing a little too much. And I don't know if anyone noticed. I don't think anyone noticed, but my friend did. And she was like, girl, get it together, like, you know? And I was like, oh, so it is noticeable. И бях някакво... И се замислих, добре, колко време реално съм се преструвал, че съм окей. И че съм наред. И че всичко е rainbows and butterflies, you know? And I was like, started counting. I'm like, oh, it's been almost like 3 to 4 months since I've been like, oh my god, I'm the best version of myself. I am so happy. I'm thriving and I love life. And I was like, oh. So fake it till you make it actually works. But also don't fucking do it. Literally don't fucking do it. Винаги съм го мразил това нещо, fake it till you make it, because, girl, I faked it and I made it and I'm still back at square one. So did it really help? Be aware of your emotions. Validate your emotions. Be open to your emotions, whatever they are. If you feel off or sad or anything for no reason, validate it. Even if there's no reason for you to feel sad, validate it, because it is a human emotion after all. We are human. We do experience things. We do feel emotions. Like it's not like, it's not rocket science. It really isn't. We're human. We are allowed to feel anything because we are emotional creatures. So we are allowed to feel sad, depressed, whatever, happy, like horny, I don't know. And it's okay. And we shouldn't blame ourselves just because, oh, like society thinks that if I'm sad, then I'm not allowed at the club, basically. And also another thing that I've noticed recently, online especially with Gen Z and Gen Alpha, is that everyone is mentally ill now. Literally everyone is mentally ill, which I did talk about that briefly on my last vlog, about like people basically talking about mental health, like how they've been struggling mentally. Особено напоследък в БГ инфлуенсър сферата, забелязвам, че много хора са някакво, да, хора, да говорим за психическото здраве и как не се чувствам толкова добре психически, which is fine, and I'm so happy that people are talking about mental health, особено в България, because usually people don't really talk about that. В България особено. Много хора не говорят и не обръщат внимание на психическото здраве на останалите, because we don't believe in it for some reason. Смисъл, ние сме народ, който сме някакво, ти си филмар, ти си депресарен. It's like, girl, do you know me? Oh my god, съм филмар, просто защото съм тъжен. Oh my god, yeah, do you know the reason? Right, I don't know either, girl. Защото като се замислиш, аз като кажа в момента на някой, oh my god, аз съм тъжен, и те ми кажат, за какво? Що си тъжен? И аз ще кажа, I don't really know, I'm just sad. И те са някакво, значи не си тъжен. Щом няма причина, няма за какво да се филмираш за глупости. Grow the fuck up. That's basically what most people think and what most people say when you do say like, oh, I'm sad for no reason. It's fucked up because you're scared to even validate those feelings. Because society thinks you always need a reason to be sad. Always. Ако си тъжен, винаги трябва да има причина. Защото ако няма причина, значи просто си филмиран. You know, that's like the stamp. And as I said, аз съм си филмиран по принцип. Yeah, don't get me wrong. But also, it's okay, even дори да си филмаря. Okay, брат, сега съжалявам много, някои хора ще ми се издразнат от това нещо, но понякога е okay да си филмар. Понякога е okay да се филмираш за някакви неща, because you are human at the end of the day, no? You are allowed to feel more things than other people. You are allowed to feel sadness more than other people. И аз не казвам тук, че аз съм най-тъжния и усещам тъгата най-много от всички, because I clearly fucking don't. Because I don't think I feel sadness more than other people. Because I don't think... Не мисля, че тъгата има някакъв скейл на това. О, мага, съм по-тъжен от теб. And it's just so fucking annoying. Дори като споделиш на някой, хей, нали не се чувствам много окей, защото... Не знам точно защо, човек. Просто не се чувствам окей вътрешно. И просто ми е тъжно така от нищото. И, like, whatever, melancholy. Yeah. I'm experiencing melancholy, for example. И те са някакво, do you know what I'm going through? Yeah, I lost my job, I lost my house, and I lost my dog. So no, you're not more depressed than me. You're not more sad than me. And it's like, it's not a competition. I'm sorry that happened to you, but also it's not a competition. Защото някои хора си мислят, че това да си тъжен е някаква надпревара. Нали? Кой е по-тъжен от другите? Нали? Аз ако съм тъжен, ти не можеш да си по-тъжен от мен, защото аз съм... And it's like, what? Since when is sadness and mental health a competition? Who's more mentally ill than the other? И забелязвам как повечето инфлуенсъри започват да си споделят техните проблеми and their struggles with like mental health. And it's amazing that people are talking about it. Yes. But also, come on now. So now suddenly everyone is mentally ill. И всички имаме проблеми с психиката. Because that is also a fact. Няма човек, който да е психически здрав. Особено в 2026 се съмнявам, че има някой, който да е с разума си, с целия си разум. I doubt it. Особено Gen Z и Gen Alpha, we are fucking cooked. We're messed up. От COVID or whatever, we are messed up. So, all of us, almost all of us are a little bit fucked in the head. You know, millennials, y'all are just... I love y'all. Don't get me wrong, I love millennials. But also, calm down. And like fucking millennials are like, да, за какво си тъжен? Смисъл, try being 30. Try being 30. I'm like, I will when I get to 30. I will try being 30 when I get to 30. Like, girl, I have time, okay? И повечето хора ще някакво, grow the fuck up. Are you not 23? Okay, so if I'm 23, does that mean I'm not allowed to feel sad for no reason? Why is that a thing? Why is that a thing? Why are people like, oh my god, ти до 25 трябва да си оправил всичко, защото иначе след това, ако си тъжен, it's like, what's the fucking point? Защо си тъжен на 25, при положение, че си вече възрастен човек и не трябва да си... It's stupid. It's literally stupid. Because most millennials think like that. And most parents think like that. That's why your child doesn't want to talk to you, girl. Because you said, oh my god, какво сте филмирал? Какви са тия тинейджърски истории? And it's like, do you know what your kid is going through? Especially a fucking teenager, bro. They are going through the craziest fucking period of their time. Especially in 2026. And you're like, teenagerski истории. And it's like, girl, that's why your kid hates you, mama. That's why your kid doesn't want to talk to you, mama. Because you said, oh my god, ти си филмиран. Ще отмине, нали? Това са детински истории, това са тинейджерски истории. It's like, do you know what's going on in your child's brain? Because guess what? Your child also doesn't know. Because it's a child. Because it's a teenager. I това че, in my opinion, I don't think we fully understand what's going on in our brain until we're like 25, 26, 27 even. I don't think you fully know what's going on in your brain. Even if you're like 40, 50. There are always new things that you discover about your being and about yourself. Even if you're like 60 or like 70. So a new emotion can always pop up. a new feeling, a new emotion, a new thing can always pop up no matter what age you are. And I don't know why people are so like close-minded as to people feeling sadness at like fucking 27. You are allowed to feel sad for no reason even. It doesn't need a reason for it to exist. It just exists. И това е с много неща. Тук се замислиш, има ли причина любовта да съществува? Не, просто съществува. Има ли причина щастието да съществува? За да се чувстваш по-добре. Карл, that's bullshit. Щастието съществува просто защото съществува. Тъгата съществува, защото просто съществува. Любовта съществува, защото просто съществува. So, what did we learn? It just is. Being human is just about being human. Feeling emotions is normal because you are human. And I think knowing that has helped me a lot with experiencing this melancholy and not blame myself so much for it. And bitch, if I feel like shit for no reason, I'm gonna feel like shit for no reason. And that's okay. And that's okay. Just let it out. Because that period will pass. Or, in my case, it's just gonna stay with me forever. In my opinion, I feel like it's gonna stay with me forever. And it's still okay for that to be there. For that sadness to be there. Because I've always said I'm a sad person and I've always been a sad person. But I never fully realized why. And I've always struggled. My whole life, I have struggled with finding the reason as to why I'm constantly sad. And turns out, there doesn't need to be a reason. And I'm still struggling with that, you know, защото аз съм човек, който, както казах, винаги трябва да знам защо и как. Like, why is that happening? But, sometimes there is no why, unfortunately. И е супер досадно за мен, защото аз съм супер аналитичен човек и аз трябва да знам. Винаги трябва да знам защо се случва. And for me to not know is like, oh my god. What do you mean I don't know what's going on in my brain? And sometimes, girl, you don't know because it's your brain. Hate your brain. Sometimes you don't fully understand what's going on in your brain, and that's okay. It's okay. It's literally okay. But I feel like we're so quick to judge everyone, and we're so quick to attack someone for feeling sad just because we feel like, oh, like you don't need to be sad because A, B, C, and D. And it's like, I'm allowed to feel whatever the fuck I want. Because I'm not controlling it. It just happens. It's inside of me. What do you want me to do about it? Ignore it? Because if you ignore it, it's going to get worse. But if you validate it, there's no reason to validate it because защо си тъжен? You know? So it's like, you can never win. When you're dealing with sadness, you can never fully win, especially with talking about it. Because they're going to say, hey, don't ignore it. Because if you ignore it, it's going to get worse. But if you validate it, why are you sad? And if I'm validating it, I'm going to say, I don't know. And they're like, so you're not fucking sad. So should I ignore it? But you just said that if I ignore it, it's going to get worse. So what is it? You can never fully win when talking about sadness, when sharing that you're just sad for no reason. You can never win. И затова, може би, аз не споделям толкова много тази част от себе си, защото се чувствам сякаш, ако го споделяш, съм някакво, oh my god, ти си филмар. And it's like, okay, thanks for nothing. And the thing is, I don't really care about people validating my feelings because I am validating them. So I don't really need anyone else to validate them. But sometimes when you are feeling melancholy emotions, especially, you do want to talk to someone about it. You know, it is nice to share with people what you're going through. It's really nice. And we feel scared and anxious to talk about it just because of society. Just because society sees being sad for no reason as just being stupid and not existent. And girl, you can read about it. There are a lot of people who experience melancholy all the time without talking about it just because it's so like taboo. Защо си тъжен без причина? And it's like, you're allowed to do that. Hey, so you are allowed to do that. Yeah, I feel like the thing I'm learning as of right now, I'm still going through it, is that I am allowed to feel that emotion and it's normal to carry it with me. And even if I carry it with me my whole life, I know that it's okay to be there. It's okay for that sadness to be there. Защото повечето хора ще ти кажат, ами не е окей да носиш тъга със себе си постоянно. And it's like, but we do carry it all the time with us though. No? Even if we don't realize it, I feel like a lot of us carry sadness without knowing that it's there. You know? Защото повечето хора няма да седнат и да мислят на това, защо съм тъжен, защо съм изнервен, защо не мога да спя, защо не мога да се храня, защо съм A, B, C, and D, because of that sadness that you carry, that you don't even realize you are carrying it. So it's like, just validate it. Because in a way, I feel like carrying that sadness and validating it and seeing it makes you more human, in my opinion. And I'm all about feeling human, let me tell you. I'm all about feeling emotions. So I feel like that does bring me a little bit of comfort knowing that, oh, so I'm just human and it's okay. But the anxiety of talking about feeling sad is worse than the actual sadness itself, in my opinion. Because you don't know what the fuck people are gonna say. You don't know how your friends are gonna react. Even if it's your closest friends, the anxiety that you feel is so heavy that you're like, I would rather not talk about it. I would rather just, deal with it by myself. And you can't really deal with it because it's just there. So, girl, what are you gonna do? Just sit and think? Защото колкото повече мислиш, толкова повече поудяваш and you spiral and you like lose your brain, because that's what I did. And it didn't get me anywhere. I sat down for such a long time to just think and analyze and think and analyze and think and analyze, and nothing came out of it. Просто казах, okay, so I'm just fucking sad. До това стигнах, че просто съм тъжен. And it's okay. And it's okay. That being said, the one thing that I think people need to know about melancholy especially is that it's okay for you to experience it. It's okay for you to experience that. And it's valid. It's a valid emotion to feel. Sadness is so valid and so real. And even if it doesn't have a specific reason or anything, that doesn't mean it's not real. Не ти трябва причина, че да се чувстваш по специфичен начин. Просто се чувстваш така. Просто е така. And I feel like people should see that. And people should realize that it's okay to feel things. И не трябва да сме сложени в някакви кутии от сорта на филмар, депресар или каквото и да е, защото какъв е смисъла? You're not helping anyone, като ги наричаш филмар. You're not helping anyone, като ги наричаш депресар. Не помагаш на никой, като му кажеш за какво се чувстваш така. Няма нужда. Няма смисъл да се чувстваш така. Защо да няма смисъл? Е ли смисъл на това да бъдеш човек, да усещаш нещата и да чувстваш неща? Isn't that part of being human? Isn't that the main thing about being human, feeling things and experiencing emotions? Isn't that the main thing? Isn't that the main part of being human? Please, guys, please open your damn eyes and see that it's okay to feel that. It's okay to feel anything. Well, depends, but it's okay to feel literally any emotion. Jealousy even. Lust. Greed. Well, but even greed is like a normal thing to experience because everyone feels greedy sometimes. Of course. It's like, дори да кажеш, oh, I'm not a greedy person, аз не съм алчен. You are. You are, because it's normal. It's in your DNA. You are human. Буквално това е част от човешкия експириенс, да усещаш всичките тия неща. И ако кажеш, ама аз не съм такъв, аз не усещам това, никога не съм го усещал, you have, but you don't want to realize it. You have, but you are ignoring it. You have, but you are delusional. Sorry. Get with the program. Get with the program. Evaluate yourself. Experience those things. Because even jealousy, even greed, even lust, it's like, it's normal to experience those things, and you shouldn't blame yourself constantly for experiencing those things. Well, if you are a really greedy motherfucker and a really lustful and jealous motherfucker, maybe you should reevaluate. But I feel like normal amounts of greed, lust, love, happiness, sadness is normal for you to function as a human being, and you shouldn't blame yourself for it. And you shouldn't feel scared to talk about it because people are gonna think you're weird. Because for a long time I felt like people thought I was just a fucking weird bitch, and they were right. I am a weird bitch, but I'm not gonna blame myself for being that way. I'm not gonna feel guilty for feeling weird sometimes. Cause why? I'm human. It's normal. Whatever. Move on. So, yeah. With that being said, I'm really happy to be back and talk to y'all and yap and talk about actual deeper issues and spread awareness about mental health, because I think that's the main part. Because I think that's the main reason why I started this podcast. Well, not the main reason, but it became one of the main reasons why I started. And I want to talk about more issues that people don't think about usually. And yeah, I love y'all so much. If this video flops, so fucking be it. I'm just happy to be here. And yeah, like this video, subscribe, follow me on my social medias down below, and follow me on Twitch because I'm back on Twitch as well. Eat good food, drink water, tell everyone in your life that you love them and that you care about them. Take care of yourself. And I will see you on the next one. Bye!